This is genealogy portion of the program. Okay, I forgot to get. Okay, I brought this with me if you, well, I don't know if you saw that. I think you did. And I have some emails, and there's also a Cox Descendants Facebook group. And it's run by Cindy Rhines, who's a descendant of Valentine Cox. And then there's David Madsen, who is the great-grandson of Emery Cox, our grandson. I believe my mother used to work with him. Him and I had a ball sitting there at his computer, with him writing in all the information from my mother's line, you know. So, I forgot to bring this to the reunion. But, this is actually a reproduction of an important historical work, which is what Forgotten Books does. So that's really cool. In here, this was pretty popular with David. I think Cindy looked it over. I also ran into, we have another piece of paper, where did it go? With my cousin's email. To send him, oh, I know. Some things. Anyway. Oh, some pictures. And, that I have. His wife just passed away this past year. She had Alzheimer's and cancer. What a combo. And not in a good way. It's a terrible combination. So I saw him and his brother Michael. They are great Uncle Frank's sons. And people did enjoy seeing my pictures that, if you recall, I put on my phone before I left. I think. So, I met a couple of the other lines. You know, I met David, I met Cindy. I finally met Great Aunt Mary. It was emotional because I know the connection that my mother had to her. I always heard about it. You know, how much her Aunt Mary met to her. So, well, it was wonderful meeting her, and I was so happy. I also wanted to cry because my mother didn't have the opportunity to see her when I was dead. And I'm so glad I finally got to meet her. Even if it wasn't 99 and a half. I took a picture with her, and it was awesome. That's Tim and Mike's mom. Tim and Mike's sister, Sue, has passed away. She had cancer. So, I had a terrible bellyache. And I'm not hungry because I ate a little bit. I had 3/4 of a piece of that delicious, it's banana chocolate chip bread. And an Activia. Maybe what's upsetting my stomach. So yeah, that's fun. It was awesome, and they said I could go back next year with them, which is just terrific because it's amazing, and I'm so grateful that I got to be there. And it turns out that last year they honored my mother in the memorials, because they do a list of memorials and a moment of silence, and they honored my mother because I asked this year, and they said we did it last year, and sure enough, he looked down at the paper and he said Ella Wilson, and I said yes. I said, wow, thank you so much, Carrie and Al. That was so thoughtful to do that last year, and that's just who they are, you know. We walked all around Newburyport last night. I got 12,000 some odd steps yesterday. Today I've already got 1,100. I got up at 10 o'clock. It's now 12:18. So we literally got out of bed. I fixed my ponytail. We had breakfast. We got all our stuff out of the guest room and left. So we made really good time because we were out of. Actually, we left by 10, I think. No, we left by 11. And we were home. No, we left at 10, and we were home at 11:30. So we got up a little before 10 and had breakfast, got all our stuff together, and drove home. We didn't hit too much traffic coming south on a Sunday, which is a miracle in and of itself. If you know anything about New England, you know that Friday night's a nightmare going up north, and Sunday is usually a nightmare coming back. That's just the way it goes. Believe me, I grew up going north on a Friday and coming south on a Sunday. And, you know, going north Friday night after work, it's a parking lot. Coming south Sunday, it can be very slow to a potential parking lot. But Friday night, that's horrible. Like I said, if you live in New England, you know that everybody wants to go up north to play on weekends in the summer. So it's crazy. Probably in the winter too, because people go up there to ski and snowboard and snowmobile. But on weekends. So they get it all year round. And So yeah. The write-up wasn't bad on Saturday at all. So let's see, it took an hour and a half to Al's, and another almost 3 to get up there. So it was a total of 5 hours, which is what I thought, or 4.5, which is what I thought. I do have, like I said, a ton of pictures. They'll be on my social medias. I really didn't like doing the picture video. It wasn't that I didn't like physically doing it, because it was easy, but I didn't find it interesting to watch. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to put them on my social medias, all linked in the description, and you can go look there, all my pictures. I have a ton. I have some on my camera, some on my phone, so I'm going to have to retrieve them all onto my computer. So it won't be today. Today I'm going to edit, and that's it. So, but I'm excited to work with other family historians. Oh, and they said next year they would vote me as the family archivist, which is kind of neat. Because I've taken over from my mother, you know, in that regard. So, thank you so much for joining me. Jan was not there, unfortunately. There is a double binder book that David has that I'm hoping to get a copy of Cox's information. And he's going to send me a bunch of old pictures, so I can't wait for that. And that's an email I'll open on my computer rather than on my tablet. So yeah. Oh, and Carrie loved that I'm collecting magnets from places that I've been. It's inexpensive, it's small to carry, and it's something easy to put somewhere, you know what I mean? Easy to display, to show where you've been. All the magnets I've been to those places except for the Arizona magnet and the Texas magnet. They came from friends who went to those places. So, Diane gave us Texas, and Mr. and Mrs. Kaminsky gave us the Arizona. So, they're very precious to me, even though I've not been to those places. So, August 10th next year will be the reunion. And I've already been invited to come back. So that'll be fun. And Renee wants to go back up to New York in the fall with me, so show me the leaves. So that'll be fun too. And it might be better camping because the weather will be better for that, you know, cooler for that. So, and I think I'm going to get my own air mattress before the time comes. So it's brand new. Anyway, God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. And please, if you are a member of any of the families that I speak about, a descendant in any way, do not be afraid to reach out to me. My email is in the description. If you're doing genealogy and you're watching this, say, wait a minute. The Dyer family, the Farrington family, the Wilson family, the Burgess family, any of the families that I've mentioned, Dalzell family, Kennedy family, any of those are your families, don't be afraid to reach out. You can also find my ancestry, find a grave, all places that you could message me. Oh, that's what it was. My cousin Tim fixed up the really old Cox stones in 2 really old cemeteries. And he's going to be taking pictures of the stones. And I said, can you send those to me? I'll put them on Find a Grave. Because he doesn't know how to do that stuff. So, too funny, the oldest woman and the oldest man were mother and son. Just like they were last year. The oldest woman was married. And obviously at age 99 and a half. And the oldest man was her son at age 70, Mike, at age 74. So, and our cousin Tim, Mike's brother, actually runs the hall we have it at with him and his late wife, along with 4 other couples, something like that, 5 other couples. No, 2 other couples. There were 6 people. The town was going to tear it down, and it was an old 2-room schoolhouse. And they said, either tear it down or auction it off. And they said, so they got together. The couples got together and said, we want to buy it. So they pay so their payment on it is $1 a year. For like 99 years, because it's a total of $99. So I'm sure they've already paid it off. But that was the agreement with the town so that they didn't tear it down. So he maintains it. We donate a portion of the Cox Family Foundation's or Cox Family. It's not a foundation. What is it? Association. Their money to the upkeep of the building. So, like this year, Joe, Al's son, is always the youngest person. So he gave his $20 back for being the youngest person to go with $100 that we voted to take out of our budget to donate to the hall in memory of Tim's wife. So they got $120. And everybody donated their money back, the $20 that they got for being the oldest woman and man, back to the coffers of the family association. So, and Sandra's daughter donated hers back as well, that she got for coming the furthest distance. Because she drove up from Kansas. With a 5th wheel. which is a trailer, but it hooks onto your car. Oh my goodness. But she is moving back to Maine. So that will be nice. David and his mother live in Northampton. So they got the furthest distance last year. But this year, Sandra's daughter came. She came to Kansas, near Wichita. So, but they all gave it back anyway, which was very nice. So, if Joe wasn't there, I would have been the youngest person. Until two toddlers walked in. But they didn't care, they didn't know the difference. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to relax for the rest of my day. Enjoy my air conditioning and edit. I will see you tomorrow. And I think what's going to happen is a couple of the videos I made Saturday, just the cleaning ones, will go up tomorrow. And I'll do these two for today. And please check out the latest video over at Kid Missing. It's so interesting. And it's not because I'm talking. It's interesting because the case is interesting. The Harrodsburg, Kentucky dancing lady. Just so interesting and fascinating. You know, one of those creepy little parts of history, you know, it was 1840. Are we going to identify her? Not unless we dig her up and take some DNA, you know, so. The person who they thought it wasn't, because there are letters to that person in the 1860s in the town in Tennessee where she lived. So clearly she was still alive. Like personal letters from people who would have known if she was dead and wouldn't have written her a letter, you know? So it's interesting, and I would check it out. It's the kind of video I would watch, you know? Matter of fact, I'm going to look on YouTube and see if I can find anything on her. So thank you for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll try out the Connect tomorrow. So what I'll do is I'll put up one of the videos today, and one of the videos tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll do the Daily Journal, the Connect video, and one of the videos from Saturday. Today we'll do this video, the first video, the Show and Tell / Daily Journal, and one of the videos from Saturday. So, I mean Friday. So thank you. Bye guys. Mwah.